democracy of old people, because the Nigerian population of youth is almost 75% of us. How can we, or why should we be voting for people who cannot even hold the flag of their party after winning an election? Or those on the other side who have no knees. Don't get me wrong. Anybody can be sick, and all of us hope to grow old one day. But I guarantee you, when I'm their age, I won't come and be stealing into your own future. I know it is democracy, but democracy should not confer a culture of entitlement on elders alone. Young people must be given a chance to also excel, especially when we know that as of today in Nigeria, every young person is their own parent. Every young person is an inventor. Every young person is an employer of himself. But guess what? Even the little we are doing, whenever it pleases them, they will come after you. Look at what they did with the ban on Twitter. Twitter had become an economic source of wealth for young people. They went after it. These are people who could not provide employment for you, but the little place where you make your little money, they went after it. They even had the audacity and the temerity to say that young people are lazy. These are people who have never done any real work in their life. Buhari is best known for owning 150 cows. There is no year that the cows were counted and it became 151. Same number. Even when they deliver, they remain at 150. But he is calling you lazy. So we must reject them totally. And we must learn the culture of radical departure from the old ways of doing things. And if you let me, I will stay here all day talking to you. But I don't want to say too much now, because there will still be time. But I urge you, put it on record that today, by accident, you met a guy named Omoyele Sowore, and he said that he would deliver this country. And I would do it because I'm resilient. I will do it because I'm courageous. I'll do it because I'm exposed. I'll do it because I've traveled extensively and I know how things work. And I'll do it because I have knowledge about everything, including economics. Yes, I have knowledge about law because I go in and out of courtrooms every day for offenses I did not commit. So there's no judge, most of that I have never had to be dealing with. I know it from the point of culture. Because I'm an Africanist, or Pan-Africanist. I know it from the point of education, because I was a teacher for several years in a university. But most of you today entered university and you have to come out because your schools are closed and learn how to make soap, learn how to do photography. Nothing bad about it. So I have an additional knowledge of how to produce things. You are the ones who are supposed to be running the country.
Yes.
While these old people learn how to retire. But they have deprived you of even that simple opportunity that the French people had when they elected the 30-something-year-old as their president. You are presented a fait accompli that you must elect two incompetent, decrepit, old analog brain people. Meanwhile, we are in a digital era.
Yes, we are.
None of these guys know how to operate what you have behind me here. They don't know what an HDMI cable is. They can probably only turn on their mobile phones. And I can guarantee you this, you can go and find out. But they refuse to let you be. Our job as young people or as your partners in progress is to liberate this country and liberate the potential of young people to make it big, because we can make it big. I'm an example too. I wanted to tell you that, contrary to what some people have told you, that I'm an entrepreneur. I created a company known as Sahara Reporters, a global company in New York City, competing with any other one you can mention in breaking news, investigative reporting, that hire people. So nobody can tell me any story. Nothing. There's nothing that a leader you need has ever done that I've never done before. I've created wealth, I've created employment, I've created opportunities for learning and knowledge. I have mostly, in my last 16 years, done what you are doing today, creating audiovisual media that tells some of the most powerful stories. And maybe one of you, one day, will end up working in our company.
Yes.
Yes. And when I came to Nigeria in 2017, 2018, and I was proposing that we should be paying people the minimum wage of 100,000, they kept asking me, where would you get the money from? It's going to cost inflation. And we went and did quick research. We said, but your lawmakers, all these lazy senators, House of Rep members, they're collecting 14 million naira a month, doing nothing. That's their salary and allowances. You said, where are we going to find the money from? Where did the Accountant General of the country found 160 billion naira that he stole? And you put him in detention for 1 week, he's back out, the money not recovered. Where did he get the money from? I don't need to argue with you that I want to go and look for money inside the Atlantic Ocean. No, the money is here. We just have to prevent thieves from taking our money. And I will say to you lastly that now that they have elected their thieves, it's our time to elect our own police, known as sheriff. I don't want to use the word police because Nigeria police has bad reputation. But when I'm elected, you can have your country back, and those who stole it can find another country where they can exist if they can't cope with us. So on that note, thank you so much for the opportunity to meet all of you. It's a privilege and a pleasure. And I hope next time I talk to you, it will be as the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Thank the organizers for this opportunity. Thank you so much. If you have any quick questions before we run out of here, please, I'll be glad to take any questions.
They heard you clear, loud and clear, sir.
Yes. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir.
So, and if any one of you is done early, we're upstairs. You can just pop in and see what's going on. Yes, you have a question? Come. You want to take pictures?
Okay, big picture. Okay, please go to the front. Just few people, not every. Just walk on the go.